Okay guys, I finished filing this down and I just kind of roughed it in. I'll hit it with some sandpaper and then I'm going to sandblast it and then go ahead and Cerakote the action, put it in the oven while it's drying. I'll put the muzzle brake on this rifle barrel and try to get it finished up today. But I want to show you how it's working now. So we got our primer module in place on the end of the bolt, and we can slide the bolt in and we can close the bolt. When you pull the bolt handle up, you can hear that cam action work. It breaks that primer module loose from inside the plug and allows you to pull the bolt back. So it works perfectly now, like it should have worked from the get-go. And all we'll have to do now is re-Cerakote. I'll show you a little close-up here of what we got before we finish cleaning it up really nice. Basically all I did was added a little bit of weld right here to change the angle of that ramp. There's a little like feed ramp here. We just changed that angle a little and filed it down, cleaned it up. Now I'm going to run over this with some 120 grit sandpaper, get the file marks out. By the time we Cerakote over the top of it, you'll never know that it was ever worked on. And it's all finished up. So if you guys do run into that problem with the RR actions, the serial number starts RR, if you want to let me know, just so that I know that there's more of them out there than just the ones I've been getting, I'd appreciate it. And if you need me to fix that, I can fix it if you want to send the action in, and I'll do the file work and do the MIG weld, the TIG welding. Just if you want me to fix it, send it in to me and I'll fix it for you. So anyway, let me get this action unscrewed. I'm going to go sandblast the entire thing now and do the Cerakote. Like I said, go ahead and get it in the oven. By the time the oven's done, I'll have the muzzle brake on. We'll be able to finish assembling this rifle. Okay guys, just a quick rundown before I take this into the paint room and start spray painting the Cerakote on it. The action, you want to completely sandblast your entire action. You don't want any black left on it at all. And I've got this same extension that I used when I was TIG welding on it. I leave that screwed in. There's a hole drilled all the way through it, and I can set it down on a metal rod when I Cerakote it, and I can spray underneath and I can turn it, and I can spray a little underneath, and then I can turn it and I can spray a little more. And you know, I can actually move the action around without touching it. Once you sandblast these things, when you go to Cerakote, all you want to do is blow it off with air. You don't want to wipe it down with lacquer thinner or any kind of degreaser or anything like that. You should have it 100% degreased before you put it in your sandblaster. All you want to do is blow it off with air and get all the sandblasting dust off of it. Other than that, you don't want to touch it with anything, because if you do, if you run a rag across it, you're going to get little pieces of lint stuck to it. So then it'll be real pimply looking when you get done spraying it. So you absolutely don't want to touch it with anything. And then on the bolt, I just sandblasted the bolt handle, and I've got a wooden dowel stuck up into the bolt itself that keeps the sand from going up into the bolt when you're blasting it, and it does the same thing. It gives you something to hold on to while you do your paint work. And then I've got it masked off up here at the front so the sand can't get in. He's got a custom bolt shroud on the back. We're not going to Cerakote it. We're just going to leave it the way it was when it came in. He's got a, I think it's a gray tan bolt shroud. We're just going to leave it factory the way it came. So anyway, let's go in and get this Cerakoted real quick, and we'll get this knocked out.
Hi, baby.
Hey, what are you doing?
Are you hungry?
I'm starving.
Well, I got us some Papa John's pizza.
All right, I can eat that.
And some yummy brownies to go with it.
Brownies to go with it.
You've been working hard in here?
I have. I've been working on Rich Pickle's gun all day.
Oh, yeah?
About to finish it up.
Okay.
That's
Sounds
it on the
good.
bench right there. Looks like the dogs are happy to see you.
Yeah, hi, Poo-Poo. Hi, puppies. Did you guys good today? Good. Good, good.
Well, let's eat. and then I'll finish this rifle up and I'll quit for the day. Boy, that sure looks good.
It's got chicken and bacon and onions and 3 cheeses.
Oh man.
So don't that look good? Mmm, yummy.
Well, I'm starving, so let's eat it. Okay guys, we're back. We've got the barrel to action completely done. It's ready to be shipped off now to Rich. He's been waiting a long time on this. We finally got it done. It's a 45 caliber muzzle loader action. It's built with my breech plug system and primer modules. We put a muzzle brake on the end of this rifle. This is a Herald's muzzle brake, and I built a funnel for it that just slides down through the muzzle brake there, and you can load through the funnel without having to remove the muzzle brake. It makes it pretty easy out in the woods, and if you got to do a quick reload, you don't have to take your muzzle brake off every time. I also did make him a thread protector so that if he's hunting and he decides he wants to hunt without a muzzle brake, he can take it off, put the thread protector on, and he's good to go. The main reason I made this video though was to show you guys the ejector here, the extraction problems that we're having with some of these guns. Now you know where I welded and filled that in, and I ground it back down and blended it in, and we re-cerakoted the action, and we've got it now where it looks pretty good and it's working. So there's a module in here now, and when you open that up, when you pull this handle completely up, it gives it a little cam action and breaks it loose, pulls it out so that you can extract the primer modules. So without that cam action working correctly, you come all the way up and the module's still stuck in the breech plug, and you can't pull it out without smacking on it with your hand or a hammer or something. So we've got that problem fixed. Turned out really nice. You really can't even tell that I had to work on it. We blended it in really nice there, so looks good. But that is what we have to do sometimes. I put a bolt stop in on this side of the action. You guys can see that. That keeps that bolt from coming all the way back here where it normally would come to, so that it exposes the head of the bolt so you can get your primer modules in and out. But anyway guys, this rifle's done, and this concludes the video for today. I want you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel, watch all my videos, and give me that big thumbs up if you like them. I guess give me a thumbs down if you don't like them, and let me know what you want to see, and I'll try to make some more videos. But until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Oh, one more thing I will mention is go on to hanksmessageboard.freeforums.net and join the message board, and you can contact me there for any kind of questions that you might have and want to ask me. So hanksmessageboard.freeforums.net, join it and join in on some of the fun. We'll see you guys later. Until next time. Okay guys, I just finished another muzzleloader build, and this is for Jeff Cannon. He sent me in this action. It's a barreled action job only. He's going to do the stock work. But I just wanted to show you guys that on this action here, how the cam in the extractor system works with no modification. So this is an older action, and I know the other actions that I've been having problems with have been the RR action. That's a new serial number that's just now coming out of Remington's factory. This one here starts with a G, so it's quite a bit older. But when you close this bolt down and force the primer module up into the breech plug, you fire your gun, now you're able to open it, and just with a little lever, little pressure on the bolt handle, will pop the primer module out. On the other guns, we've been having problems with when you open the bolt, it will not cam action out the primer module. So that just goes to show you that not all these actions are exactly the same. They're not all true to each other, and Remington's tolerances are pretty sloppy sometimes, and I hope they get that problem fixed so that I don't have to weld up on every action. But if you do run into that problem and you have an action that won't eject or extract, I should say, your cartridge, that's the way to fix it. You have to build up a little bit of metal right here and just bring that angle cut that's in the action, just bring it back a little bit so that it will work against the angle cut that's on the bolt handle. And once you get that fixed, they'll extract out of there pretty easy. So I think that's going to conclude this video on the extraction problems and how to fix them. I showed you guys one that didn't work, and then on the very next job here we got one that does work just fine with no problem. So